Hello, LEGO fans, and welcome into a brand new episode of the Brick Hour podcast. I am JJ, otherwise known as Lannister Builds.
I am Cameron, otherwise known as Cameron Studios.
And I'm Scott, known as the Rogue Lannister.
We're here this week to talk about a theme that we have very seldomly brought up on this channel. That being LEGO Harry Potter, and whether or not LEGO Harry Potter has run out of set concepts. Are they out of ideas? Has the think tank dried up? However, before we get into that, we have a couple things we need to take care of. Number one, some of you may notice on the channel, there is a little join button. And that is because channel membership has officially gone live. You can take a look at some of the fun perks we have on there for that. I know we're planning to do some members only videos and some members only live streams that we'll be building sets during that. So that will be very fun. But again, completely optional. Take a look. If you can, great. If you can't, no worries. We still love you. Yeah. And we're not going to be one of those channels that like paywalls stuff that you're already seeing now. Like if you're watching this, nothing's changing. These are just added perks you get.
Exactly. That. Some fun little bonus.
Little bonuses for people.
You know, the uncensored version of a stream, perhaps.
Hey, I mean, potentially.
We didn't talk about that. That's a good point. We could be fully uncensored, no Elmo.
That could be fun. But Cam, what are we building this week?
What are we building? So right now, my Sorcerer Mickey is in pieces because I got probably 80% of the parts I need, but a lot of structural pieces didn't come in yet. But I was able to get 90% of Stitch done. I'm just missing the arms, his blasters, and the right color antennas.
Oh, cool.
That looks good.
Looks really good.
Now, what type of blasters are you planning on using?
Just the ones that came with the minifig and the CMF.
Okay.
I figured, like, I'm not going to get the actual blasters from the movie. Like I said, Sorcerer Mickey is in pieces right now. This is a mock-up of Pinocchio.
That's nightmare fuel.
You can't, because I'm using random colors at this point.
Still nightmare fuel.
You got to have like a trade out with the nose. The nose has got to come out more.
Oh, yeah.
So, but with Pinocchio, I was able to design it and order the parts, and probably about 95% of the parts was with our local store, Doug from Do2 Bricks. So this is most of Pinocchio.
Oh, wow.
Looks a lot better.
That is really nice.
That is really good.
It's very nice.
And then I was able to design Jiminy Cricket, but I did not build any form of him. I pretty much built it in my head. So now that'll be part of the next order. I don't know who I'm designing next. I am excited about the Monsters Inc. set coming out because it's going to hopefully give me some other methods to build a larger brickheads, like for Baymax. I'll use Sully to help me with Baymax. So I'm really excited about that. But that's all I've been building. Scott, what have you been building?
Not a thing.
That's okay.
That's all right.
Work is work.
Fun?
Yeah. So I have been absolutely, I think, 10-hour days for 6 or 7 days straight. So
wow.
No fun there. So
brutal.
I will say that I have a pile of boxes
Ooh.
over there that I'm waiting for one more box.
And then you'll be able to finish a bunch of stuff, won't you?
No, it will be 100 certain items for 100 certain specific reasons.
We can talk about that at a later date.
We will, and we will give homage to the designer of said thing.
Yes, we will, when that becomes appropriate.
Yes, it does. But stay tuned, and maybe a slight hint.
Maybe it's that. Maybe it's not.
Maybe it's something baseball related. Maybe not. You never know. JJ, what are you building?
So I have a couple things. So last night at our local lug meeting was our minifig trading night, and I was able to trade a ton of minifigures. And I ended up getting my hands on another Quetzalcoatlus by trading a Star Wars figure.
I'm sorry, what's that called?
Quetzalcoatlus.
Okay.
I was also able to trade some.
Say that 3 times fast.
Yeah, right. I was also able to trade another minifigure for a Tauntaun, so that's really fun. Made some other trades, got my hands on like an Admiral Akbar. Supergirl was a great pickup I was able to get.
Thanks for that, Indiana Jones, by the way.
You're welcome. Yeah, I didn't actually give it to him. He tried to trade me 8 Dumbledores for...
No, not 8.
It was
Okay,
like 8,
stop.
dude.
Seven.
It was a minifigure trading night, right? Everybody's bringing all their bins. I had a bag of figs that nobody wanted. But here it comes Cam with his 16 by 32 plate with like 50 freaking Dumbledores on it.
All right. It was 7.
Okay.
Dude just said, let me trade all these.
He tried giving me all the Dumbledores for one figure.
He tried doing that for Indiana Jones. I told him, get lost. However, I took a bunch of sets from the bulk lot I got recently today, the ones that I could not finish piecing together because the parts were missing, and I brought them to BrickBoy, our local secondhand store, and I made a little trade.
What'd you trade?
They had some really, they had a new selection of Dimensions packs that showed up that were pre-built. So I built this.
Oh, E.T.
And I ended up with this.
Welcome to the club.
Yeah, that
was
right there.
That was a really nice $40. $40 for the whole thing.
Not
it ran.
Everybody wrote it off when it first came out, and now
everybody wants it because the set's coming out.
Yeah.
I'm really glad I snagged him when I did. So welcome to the club.
I have E.T. I'm very happy to have E.T. He'll eventually end up at something. One of the guys from our log, Mackenzie, was saying, like, dude, we can. I think there's enough of us with ETs to where we could probably build the Senate chamber from Star Wars and probably have the little pod full of ETs up in there now. Which would be
yes.
But yeah, that is what I've been building. So let's get to the episode. Harry Potter is this week's subject. And like I said in the beginning, we have only talked about Harry Potter twice on this channel.
That's it?
Both times were to literally just crap all over the buildable Hagrid and Harry motorcycle. And then, oh no, yeah. And then we talked in the same video, we talked about the hospital wing set and we talked about the flying Ford car that came out in January. So we've only talked about it to poop all over it. And we're probably going to do some more of that today because the main topic of today's video is, has Lego Harry Potter run out of ideas? Are they just recycling and regurgitating the same concepts over and over again, but in a way to where they're doing it too many times?
How many times would you say?
Too many.
How many times would you say?
Too many.
Like if I were to say the word night bus, how many times is
I feel like it's
too many
probably
times?
less than I'm thinking.
I'm going to go 5.
You're going to go 5.
5 for Night Bus.
Well, we'll get into that in a bit because Scott went through and did some actual research because we needed that for this one. And he actually was
so frustrated.
Well, before we get into this, what's everyone's experience with Harry Potter sets? Like, do you have any? Have you bought any? Built any? Admired any?
Because it's one of the few themes that was stop for a number of years and then just became what it is today. So like my first experience with it actually was around 2010, that wave.
Oh,
so like, oh wait, no, yeah, it was my oldest at the time. She was my oldest daughter loved Lego Harry Potter, loved Harry Potter and wanted to do Lego, so we got her some Lego sets. I wasn't building it. I didn't really care. She wanted the Harry Potter because she had seen the commercials. She was young, wanting it there. It didn't become really a thing until this relaunch in 2018. And what you'll see is the painful cycle of Hogwarts castles.
Yeah.
And we went full bore on one of those versions of Hogwarts. And then, as you'll see, I got frustrated. And I really, at this point, I pick up like for specific little pieces, or if I can get it really dirt cheap. I will not pay full price at all for anything Harry Potter anymore.
Yeah. What about you, JJ?
For me, when it comes to Harry Potter, I was one of those kids growing up that was like, I got to read the books. I read the first 2 books, very much enjoyed them, but felt as though they were just very long and took too long to get to the inevitable climax of the story itself. And then when I read the 3rd book, I got about halfway through and was like, I can't do this. Nothing's happening. I'm just going through the motions of these kids going to class every day. I'm tired of this. And I stopped reading them. I do, however, love the movies. They were fantastic. I thought the films did a much better job of condensing the story down into a very palatable way in which you can receive the story into your brain. But when it comes to Lego Harry Potter, I myself, like Scott, followed along as this theme went through a start and stop where it would go for like 2 or 3 years and then stop. And then 3 years later, they'd bring it back again. Same thing, stop, wait more 3 years, and then go. But 2018, like Scott said, it started and it hasn't stopped. It's continued to go. And for some people, that's been great because there's a lot of Harry Potter fans out there that love the fact we're constantly getting Lego content from Harry Potter. However, is that content unique? Are they doing enough with it? And there's an argument we'll get to, but I want Cam to get a second to explain his exposure to Lego Harry Potter.
I believe my earliest Harry Potter set was like the early 2000s. Like, I feel like my first Harry Potter set was a Buckbeak Malfoy set. No, actually, I had a Chamber of Secrets set. Actually, I had like the yellow skinned.
You had the 2002 Chamber of Secrets.
Yeah, you got to know with that.
I had like the yellow minifigures with Harry Potter. Had a few of those, and I remember getting like Lupin and the set with the glow in the dark Snape head.
Yep.
Yes.
And I had fun with them. That was like early Lego days where I built the set, took it apart, and threw it in a bin, and just built anything after. And it wasn't until like that was like my only Harry Potter sets, and until like 2018 when it came back, I saw some sets that were similar to the ones I had when I was younger. Like, oh, let me snag these, and like it'd be cool to kind of have the sets I had when I was a young kid compared to like the set that I have now. Like, I thought that was cool. It's like nostalgic. I really want to get some of the characters I didn't have. I never had a Hagrid before. Had an updated Lupin. I ended up having like a good shelf or two of Harry Potter sets because I really did enjoy the movies. Never read the books. I feel like I grew up with the films because I was roughly the same age, a little younger.
Yeah.
It was cool like growing up with the kids, being a similar age. People told me like me and my twin brother could be like clones of Daniel Radcliffe when we were younger. Like, we looked similar. So like even for Halloween, we did Harry Potter one year. And some of the sets were really cool. And like, I have some of them, but since then, that entire shelf has been taken apart, parted down so I can make room for other stuff.
Yeah, that's really what's happened with mine is, and I was telling the guys last night at our lug meeting, my wife kind of went on a rampage because she wanted to put up some of her new stuff. And I said, you need to make some room. And the first thing that went was the Harry Potter.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it literally, she spent all weekend just taking apart the Harry Potter sets. She was done. And I asked her a couple of times, I'm like, how you feeling about this? And she's like, I won't miss it. It's, you know,
it is what it is.
It is what it is. So now it's literally grounded down in the bins.
I have 3 sets left built and then 2 partial sets because like I took the icon set with the giant Hedwig.
Yep.
I took Hedwig off and just like made it where its legs were on its own. I'm intending to like hang it up. And I did the same thing with the fox that has like the wind up that makes its wings fly.
Yeah.
I made the wings like static so it wouldn't move. So I plan on hanging those 2 up. And then like I'm looking at the 3 sets off to the sides here. It's a mini Diagon Alley, a set with like I think the first dual molded minifig head, or not dual molded, 2-sided.
It was one with Coral.
Yeah.
Coral, like I have that one, and then I have when I did the 8 poly bags of Hogwarts. Because I want to have my own Hogwarts castle, but not the giant castle take up all of my shelf space.
Yeah.
That's why I have the 7 Dumbledores. But it's like I'm looking at them now. I'm like, do I really want to keep these up? Like, they're taking up space on my table. Like, they're not even on a shelf right now.
Mm-hmm.
My biggest problem is, and it's a problem that's much more common in other themes, but really became a big pain point with Harry Potter in the last couple of years, is the minifigures. Trying to get all the character minifigures.
Mm-hmm.
Someone figured it out at Lego that, you know, oh look, let's shove them all behind $100 paywall.
Yep.
Like all the minifigures that you can get in the sets that are under $100 is the same retreads we've gotten used to, and we're going to see that real painfully clear in a couple minutes. But like, if you wanted Ministry of Magic minifigures, you had to buy the $120 Ministry of Magic set that was god awful.
Yeah, it wasn't great.
It was an
Wasn't that
arch.
one of the first Deathly Hallows sets?
Yeah. We've
gotten some Deathly Hallows before, but Lego's been tippy-toey around that movie as much. Like, they've done very little based around it.
Right.
they do what they can, but not a ton. But when it comes to Lego Harry Potter, the main complaint people get now is, oh my God, another one. And it's like, they've come into this problem lately where they're seemingly running out of things to make sets based off of. Now, I'm not saying it's like we're releasing the same 5 things every year. That's not the case. There is gaps. There are gaps, so to speak, in between releases, but they're much shorter than other themes like Star Wars, and we can get into that in a few minutes also. But when I look at Harry Potter, I just go, we are still getting some new concepts that we have not seen before, like a Malfoy Manor, like we never got anything like that. And the other
that was a very nice addition last year. It was Malfoy Manor. Yes. I don't think it was $150. I didn't pay $150 for it, but it was a very
that's just Lego, and that's just Lego in general. Like, they're overpriced.
But part of the problem with Harry Potter is, and this is where I think it differs from Star Wars, where Star Wars is constantly getting new stuff, like new media. And I say this when people go, well, Harry Potter and Star Wars are like the same. They're just retreading stuff.
They're not.
No. But I say, here's the problem. Here's the argument with that. Star Wars started in 1989 with Phantom Menace, and most of their release, like there was a huge original trilogy push after that. But then we got between 1999 and now, we've gotten Attack of the Clones, we've gotten Revenge of the Sith, we got the sequel trilogy, we got 08 Clone Wars the movie, we got the Clone Wars show, we got Rebels, we got Rogue One, Andor, The Mandalorian, Ahsoka. There's constantly new content coming out for Star Wars, and then they're sprinkling the original trilogy in there also because they can use that to fill gaps. So Star Wars is still getting new content. Harry Potter's not. And now we know the HBO Max show is coming, I think, later this year or next year or something like that.
I can't remember. I'm not paying attention. But like, to add on to your point,
starts next year.
Yeah, next year. I think it was.
With Star Wars, the thing is, they haven't done everything from all the films yet. Like, there's still sets they could do from Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, Revenge of the Sith. And like, honestly, I even think there's some stuff from the original trilogies they haven't fully done yet that they can still do.
There are tons of, and I'm gonna bring it up as we go. Some of these movies are drastically underrepresented.
Yes. Correct. Oh, with Harry Potter for sure.
There is a very heavy hand at play here about which movies are getting the most love.
Yes, definitely. But I think another thing with Harry Potter that kind of hurt it a little bit, they were on their way to potentially having more content with the
Fantastic Beasts.
And only did 3 even come out? It was 2 for sure. The third
the third one
movie never came out.
I thought it did. It
yes,
did.
It did. They didn't get sets based on it.
No, we didn't get sets based on the last 2. We only got sets based on the first one.
No, we got sets on the second one.
Which part, like, and also they rebranded the Harry Potter Lego theme to Wizarding World. So they were banking on Fantastic Beasts, probably sprawling, and probably some other Harry Potter spin-offs coming from that. And because like the first movie, like people liked it, it did well, but the other 2 critically were failures.
Right.
So they did that trilogy, and then that was it. And it was okay. Now we have to go back to the well again, and now the well is the 8 or 9 movies we got.
Right.
And there's not much else you can do besides that.
And without getting into the sticky area of politics on it, things have changed as far as who is a fan of Harry Potter and who is most not a fan of Harry Potter. So you're looking at a reduced fan base. You gotta come at it with something good.
But even on top of that, like when Harry Potter first came back in 2018,
there
was so many new types of sets.
Yeah,
compared to what we got originally in like the early 2000s. But as the years gone on, the type of new sets has gone down. They're running out of ideas. Like we're getting more and more repeats. Like there's repeats that deserve it because like some sets needed an update. But then you get sets that I feel like there's still so much within the Harry Potter films that they haven't done yet that for some reason they're not doing.
One of the things that 2018 I feel like did really well is that like when they relaunched in 2018, we got the Hogwarts Great Hall as its own set. We didn't get the whole castle as a play set, unlike we gotten before. Now, yes, and before we had gotten like you get your main Hogwarts building, and they would throw on extra bits that you could attach if you got them. But one of the things I liked was here's the Great Hall, and we're going to release over the next like couple years sets that will connect on so that when you get all of them,
Yeah.
you have one large Hogwarts playset.
That
The
was
problem with that was they finished one round of playset, stopped, and then restarted it and did another round of system.
I think we're on our third or fourth rendition of
third, I'm pretty sure. Is it fourth?
Of how to build an entire no
Since
way.
Since 2018.
2018.
Oh, since 2018? 2.
I thought we're on our third right now.
No, because how about we share and we'll walk through it?
Yeah, let's do that.
All right.
Let's do that. Pop that in there and I'll pull this up if you can. We can look at this data because this is good. This is some interesting stuff that you're showing us.
And like while that's going, like with Harry Potter, like there's so much content with like I don't know how many hours of film there are, but like in all reality, if they really want to, they could do maybe not do books because not everybody reads the books now, but everyone has seen the films.
There we go.
Crap, look at all that information.
A little blurry, but it's okay. We can still
I can.
No, you're good. We're good.
Is that a little better?
That's better.
I can blow it up a little more.
That's good.
There we go.
That's perfect.
There we go. There we go.
All right. So I broke this out. I first started wanting to break it out. Like when I went through it and I looked at it, I was like, let's see what the biggest.
Potter Oblivion. I just realized what it was titled.
What? Oh God!
It's called Potter Oblivion. Because literally,
wow.
my love for this theme went into the Oblivion hole.
That's incredible.
I got that frustrated with it. So I started out just simply looking at, okay, what's the most common set? And by a mile, it was Hagrid's Hut.
Hagrid's Hut?
Yes. The single most common set that really didn't change much, but was produced the most was Hagrid's Hut. There are 5 versions of Hagrid's Hut. 5.
But only 2 in the new era.
Right. So just for you down here, the night bus, one of these is a polybag, I think.
So you haven't really gotten the night bus that much.
No, because like we had a night bus. We had the original night bus in early 2000s, and then there was also polybag in the early 2000s.
They were
there's 2 of those.
They were out the same year.
Yeah.
Okay. So in 2004 was a night bus set and a night bus polybag. Then we had 3 more night buses. We've gotten 5 versions of Hagrid's Hut.
That's hilarious.
Wow.
5.
That's hilarious.
I never thought it would be Hagrid's
one-room circular hut. 5 versions of it.
Wow.
So, I mean, the only other thing that came in close was Diagon Alley, but even Diagon Alley, the last one they put out was the miniature version.
Yeah.
Now they went on. They had 2 runs where they tried putting out like separate shops.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like in 2003, that was actually one of the few things that went out in 2003 was these 2 sets here where it was Quality Quidditch and Nocturne Alley. They were meant to be add-ons to the original Diagon Alley.
Okay.
There's also a Gringotts, I believe, back then too. I just didn't put it on here because I don't consider Gringotts to be Diagon Alley. But then in the 2020 Diagon Alley, you got the big, big modular looking ones.
Yeah.
The ones that I love. They're on my shelf. I'm never taking those apart. I'm never leaving those take apart.
Those are sick.
They are great. They're fantastic. But what they did for that was instead of shelling out, and this is what is one of the things that's pissing me off. Instead of shelling out $350 for Diagon Alley, which I believe was its original retail price.
Yes. It was, yes.
Weasley Wheezes, $100. Gringotts. This was like $350.
Well, wasn't that the Gringotts that had like the roller coaster? So that one goes with the Diagon Alley. The Weasley one was like a smaller version.
The Weasley one was a remake of the shop from the big Diagon Alley set.
It was smaller.
So Weasley Wheeze was a smaller. No, it wasn't. It was a dollhouse Weasley Wheezes. It wasn't. It was a little bit bigger. It could fit on a plate, but it wasn't bad. Borgin and Burke's is a joke.
Yeah,
it's a 16 by 16 plate build. Ugh. It was terrible. Ollivanders and the Quality Quidditch supplies were actually 2 shops, so you could in 2020 spend $350 here or 100 plus 100 plus 100 plus and get larger versions that were not modular type.
Yes, right,
like that. But it shows in 5 years they essentially put out Diagon Alley twice,
Mm-hmm.
and they changed up the minifigs a little bit.
What they basically did was they released Diagon Alley as one big thing, and then they went to the Hogwarts Castle method, where instead of doing it again, we'll just release each individual shop as its own thing and then go nuts.
But not to mention, I'm sure they noticed, like, when the Diagon Alley first came out in 2020, the big fans bought it, and then not many people bought it since then. So it was probably a big pill to swallow paying that much for one set. Whereas if you split it up into smaller sets,
in
it was
2020,
easier.
a $350 set was huge.
Mm-hmm.
That was a big deal.
It's crazy.
Nowadays, it's like average.
Yeah, now
that sucks.
Now D&D is more expensive, also pissing me off. But the biggest one that actually, I'm sorry, there was one more that was very popular.
Oh.
Look at the increments of the Hogwarts Express.
Oh, Lordy.
So you had one version of Hogwarts Express, a second version of Hogwarts Express, another version of the Hogwarts Express with a motor.
Which is cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
Another version of Hogwarts Express, and then it just kept coming.
Like, we got the train in 2018, we got the collector's model in 2022.
God,
we got the same train a year later, and then the big one was ridiculous. And then we got the 2025 one this past year in the Book Nook. And I'm like, we've literally gotten the Hogwarts Express 4 times since 2018.
Yep.
But if you
that
think
basically
about it,
means one every other year we're getting. Which
we
is
have
insane.
we have 9 movies.
Yes.
And we almost have as many Hogwarts Expresses as we do movies.
Yes.
And there was a couple movies where the damn bus wasn't, or the train wasn't even featured.
Instead of that worth $5.
Nope.
Yeah, exactly.
The other thing I looked at too, because this is kind of lending to a point of mine that just bugged the crap out of me, that's going to become very familiar very quick. Polybags. There was only 11 polybags total. 5 of those were Harry Potter.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, 1 Hermione, 1 Draco, and 1 Cho.
Wow,
Everything
Ron
else,
which is interesting that Cho got picked, but Ron didn't.
Ron got screwed.
What I found very interesting about it wasn't like Cho Chang. It was Cho Chang in a Quidditch uniform for another house.
That's probably why they did it. So they used to make that uniform.
Now, before we get into the one that's really bugging me, I'm going to go back here. And we're going to look at this.
Yeah.
With these Hogwarts castles.
Oh, boy.
So we know in the first 2 years they put out three. And then what they did was in 2003, they put out a special Christmas sale where you could get all 3 of them in one set.
Mm-hmm.
Then there was this brief interlude in 2004 where the only thing that came out was another version of Hogwarts Castle.
Yes.
Right.
Then in 2007 was another version of Hogwarts Castle. 2010 was another version of Hogwarts Castle. 2011 was just called Hogwarts.
Wasn't it the Deathly Hallows one?
No, I thought that was Order of the Phoenix.
All of these here, none of them would qualify really as a castle. Like this one here, this was a series of towers, just like individual towers that you could kind of push together.
Yeah, it was the 2 towers and the bridge thing. It was from Deathly Hallows.
And
I think it's Order of Phoenix.
And then we got the explosion in 2018.
Yeah.
Wow.
The Great Hall, the Whomping Willow, then the Clock Tower, the Astronomy Tower. Then there's this batch right here where they weren't part of the main castle, but they had basically modular holes, technical bricks that you can connect them all together. Yeah.
Right.
You can mix and match and mix and match them all up.
Basically, between 2018 and 2020, they did a Hogwarts like modular system.
Yes.
And then in 2021, instantly abandoned it and went to a new one, which was wild.
But the central pivot point in this was Dumbledore's office. The rest of these were all very small.
Yes.
They were
encouraging you to buy to buy all the sets to combine them. Because I had friends who did that, who bought all these sets and combined them. They weren't a fan because within those sets, it was modular within the set itself. You could rearrange it however you wanted it.
But what was important here too was that they kept them to almost the same scale as the 2018-2019. So you could technically call all of this one big castle.
even though
One
it
big
really
system.
wasn't.
I look at it as two.
Yeah, I mean, the Battle of Hogwarts was, to me, just a giant figure battle pack.
Yes.
And then you got version, I guess we'd call this 3 or maybe 4
This would be
Three.
three. Yeah.
of
Three.
Hogwarts, where now we're back to doing this again.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, the owlry doesn't work.
No, it doesn't.
It's a singular separate tower, and I didn't know if it was part of it. I couldn't find actual proof that you could connect it to anything else. But the same can be said for the flying lesson. And this is the other thing that bugs me. We got a flying lesson in 2021.
Mm-hmm.
We got another flying lesson in 2025. I looked at it. There was barely a difference.
Really?
There's not much there. There's not that big of a difference. I don't know why they did that. The
way I'm looking at it, because like I'm looking at it from like Lego as a business perspective, and obviously, I think a lot of people forget, and we never do because we always bring it up when people get upset.
Mm-hmm.
First and foremost, Lego is a toy. It is a kid's toy.
Yes.
And so I feel like Harry Potter is one of those themes that Lego utilizes to get young fans interested in Lego. So they have to redo, like for the flying lesson, that's based off of Sorcerer's Stone, right? They use the earlier films to bring in the younger fans, and then they use those 3-4 years to kind of grow up with the kids. And then they want to bring in the next batch. They do the same thing again. So it's like a cycle of bringing in new fans every 3 to 4 years.
Yes. And I get that, but the problem is you're not adding anything really new.
No, you're not. That's the problem.
You're taking 3 years to go over the first 3 movies, then going back and starting over with the same 3 again.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're not doing anything outside of that.
Like, I remember when 2018 first came out, like, we had Sorcerer's Stone, Chamber of Secrets, and the next year it was Prisoner of Azkaban and Goblet of Fire. And then the next year, I thought we were going to continue on with
Nope.
No.
Half-Blood Prince and Deathly Hallows, and that didn't happen. They repeated again, but then they snuck in some of Deathly Hallows, and I think we got a Half-Blood Prince set, maybe? I can't recall.
We got I had it up. Dang it.
Half-Blood Prince and Deathly Hallows have gotten the least amount of love out of all the books /
I
movies.
think Half-Blood Prince got a advent calendar, right?
Half-Blood Prince has gotten 4 sets officially.
Wow.
Yeah.
Under the theme. So the top ones are, and this is what blows my mind. The Sorcerer's Stone has 33 sets assigned to it as a theme, according to BrickLink.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Prisoner of Azkaban has 24 sets assigned to it.
Yep.
Okay.
You know what the next biggest thing is?
How big of a drop?
No. Actually, you know what? That's the fun part. It's one less total set. So you started at 33, 24. Now you're at 23 sets. Guess what is assigned to that area?
Deathly Hallows.
Chamber of Secrets.
Nope.
Goblet of Fire?
Goblet of Fire?
Nope.
Order of the Phoenix?
Nope. It is not a movie.
Is it Fantastic Beasts?
No, it's sculptures.
What?
Yeah. 23 sculpture sets.
Wait a minute. Ridiculous. There was that many Wait.
Would you like to? I'll read them. I'll read them. Ready?
Read them. I'm trying to think.
The Monster Book of Monsters. The big Hogwarts Castle mini scale.
See, now I'm surprised that's not considered Prisoner of Azkaban.
It's a sculpture set.
It's a sculpture set. Hedwig Icon, the first Icon set.
Right.
The giant upscale Harry Potter and Hermione Granger, which nobody bought. The first version of Fawkes. The Hogwarts Express Collector's Edition is not considered a set; it's considered a sculpture. The Hungarian Horntail. The Expecto Patronum. The mini scale Castle and Grounds. Dobby, the house elf. Baby Hedwig. Buckbeak. The Sorting Hat. The Mandrake. The demon motorcycle thing that we always make fun of.
And now the car.
Yeah, the car is another one. The new Sorcerer's Collector's Edition, which is a smaller version of the old one. The Cornish Pixie. The Thestral. The big size version of the Book of Monsters. And the mini scale Diagon Alley sculpture.
Wow.
I'm going to say right now, the fact that they went and took the Hedwig icon, the big Hedwig set that was on top of all the books with the wand and all that, and then remade it slightly smaller, just goes to show they're cooked.
Oh, I hate it.
In less than 5 years.
You are taking a set concept you did, shrinking it, and re-releasing it.
When did the original Icons one retire? Not that long ago, I thought.
No.
It came out in 2021. And you know what's funny? You can still buy it at Barnes and Noble.
Yeah,
It's still there.
What that shows me is one of two things. Either A, they're just out of it. They don't know what else to do anymore, so they're like, let's just remake this. Or maybe it's selling ridiculously well on BrickLink or something like that, and they're using that data and making a smaller one.
So
that's just my thought process, but I feel like the BrickLink thing is a stretch.
So the other thing, my final little thing that just drove me absolutely nuts because I had to know.
Mm-hmm.
From a perspective only of sets, no CMF.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
How many minifigures do you think they have made for Harry Potter
About
as
400.
all the sets?
Same outfit or
No.
different figs?
All minifigures. All minifigures.
Oh, okay.
About 400.
Harry's got to take up at least 50% of the figs.
Nope.
I wouldn't say that much. Probably he's probably about a quarter of it.
You ready?
Wow.
No way. 93. Is it 93 individual versions of Harry Potter?
Yes.
Wait, so like
That's
there's 93
crazy.
different Harry Potter minifigs.
90. If you go to BrickLink and bring up the Harry Potter theme under minifigures, and you type in Harry and do a search, it gives you 93
Okay,
Harry Potters.
You know what?
Crap, that's wild.
I'll give Lego credit for that, honestly. Like, I give them credit instead of reusing the same fig over and over. Like, I'm gonna take a shot at both me and JJ, Spider-Man and Batman.
I didn't want to hear that with this. This is way worse.
I know. No. Hear me out. With Spider-Man and Batman, we had a repeat of the same fig over and over and over and over, the same exact fig in multiple sets. Whereas here, if it really is 93 different variants of Harry Potter and 49 of Ron and 48 from Arnie, I give Lego credit for that, for giving something different as opposed to reusing the same fig.
Here's the difference between the Harry Potter argument and the Batman Spider-Man argument. With Spider-Man, we got the one, like, starting from when Marvel superheroes came back, we got the one Spider-Man in 2012. He carried until about 2019, where they replaced him. And then about 2021, 2022, we switched to the one we've been getting now. Batman was a little different because we got the all black and then we got the gray one, the gray with the blue. Those went a couple of years, and then we got like the alternate, like the special suits for Batman, like the space one, the scuba.
Right.
2015, they switched over to the New 52 Batman. 2018, 2019, they switched over to the Rebirth Batman. And it's like with Spider-Man and Batman, at least, and even Iron Man too, to an extent, we're getting different variants of them. So it's not like, oh, another Spider-Man. I have 12 of these already. It's like, oh, this is a Spider-Man version I don't yet have. Whereas Harry Potter, it's always him in the jumper most of the time. And it's like, if you have that figure, with the difference with Harry Potter, at least, is you can at least take his head off and put a different head on it, and you can make another Hogwarts student. That's kind of the bright side there. But it's also like there isn't as much variation with Harry Potter as there is.
That's what Scott's showing.
Spider-Man.
Scott's showing there's a 93 different Harry Potters, whereas like this Spider-Man alone was in how many sets?
See, you know what? This is, and hang on, I'm going to stop sharing this, and I'm going to share a different screen. Because this is the crap that drove me nuts just looking at this.
Yeah,
trying to understand how this works. I pulled up. Let me just pull up the actual brick link listing for Harry James Potter.
Okay.
Let me make sure
Here
this
it
works.
comes.
Yeah, it does.
There it is.
Ready?
Yep.
You get Runcorn, which is cool.
Right.
The Goblet of Fire, which I thought was a fantastic minifigure.
Agreed.
Cool.
Now watch the drip down. Jumper, 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 jumper. They did just enough. They did just enough to make it a little bit different. But it's the same freaking figure.
Yeah.
Jumper, 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 jumper. Oh, look.
Oh my
Now
God,
he's wearing
it's so
his
bad.
thing.
Jumper
Now
with
we're
the
back to
stain.
jumpers.
Jumper with the ripped pants. Jumper with the ripped shirt.
Oh, look. It's him in his Quidditch uniform. Oh, look. He's back in jumpers again. It's the same figure. And oh look, it's all the different ways you can have Harry Potter in his Hogwarts uniform.
Absolutely
Wow.
brutal.
This is the stuff that drives me nuts, because it's like there are so many different ways we can look at this, where we want to like say, give me more, give me different things, give me variety.
There's nothing else to do.
This is like just abusive variety.
Well, another thing that we haven't talked about with Harry Potter that I want to point out that's different from Star Wars, that shows me that they're either running out of ideas or they're not paying as much attention. How many Harry Potter sets have we gotten that's had a Cho or has a Luna Lovegood in a set that they weren't even in that film? Like Luna Lovegood has been in Sorcerer's Stone sets and Chamber of Secrets sets, and Luna Lovegood didn't show up till the 5th movie.
Well, I remember when they first introduced Cho in the newer sets, and it's like, oh, we're getting Cho, that's sweet. And then they just oversaturated her everywhere. And
Well, that's
you're
what
like,
they're
oh my
that's what they're
God.
doing with
Like, look,
with Luna
Luna
now.
Lovegood, Chamber of Secrets.
Yeah.
She wasn't in that.
Scott, for just for example purposes, can you pull up Spider-Man and Batman too, so we can kind of show the distinction there and how like the variation there is?
So Spider-Man gives you 77. Just searching for Spider-Man. Just Spider-Man.
Just
Yep.
Spider-Man gives you less already.
77.
Mm-hmm.
Batman. 150. Well, no, that doesn't count.
Yeah, it's gonna
That's-
give you Lego Batman movie.
That one's hard to do because it's going to give you the Lego Batman movie. Let's try here.
Yeah, just do superheroes and do Batman.
86.
So both of them are both less than.
Harry Potter.
It's so bad.
Yeah, it's less than Harry Potter, but how many of those are like the exact same? Like, I'm not saying the different types of minifigures. Like, there are some.
It's a fair question. I'm not going to go
Yeah.
through.
No,
I'm
don't
not
go
gonna through
digging
them
into
all,
that.
because, oh my God, that's too many Batman.
I mean,
Well,
some of the but at least some of the Batman variations, it's like different cowl type, different head
Mm.
print, different like accessory on the back. Like there's things like that that differentiate them a little bit.
Another thing that's really frustrating with Harry Potter is, like, I've seen a lot of their sets, and like, honestly, they're really well designed sets.
Yeah.
And like, I've seen interviews with the designers, and like, the designers would like go to on location to like Harry Potter museums and like do their research. Like, you would hear stories of how they were fully committed to the theme. They did the research and they made fantastic looking sets.
Yeah.
It just ends up being repeated over and over and over. And like, it almost feels like a waste of their talent because they are very talented designers.
So the other thing that drives me nuts.
Neville and Voldemort. That's crazy.
There are more Nevilles than there are Voldemorts.
Wow.
The principal villain of this
You
franchise.
can't tell me Neville's not the chosen one either.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear that crap from anybody. He's the real goat.
But really, like Snape. There's only 13 versions of Snape. And granted,
How is there 11 versions of McGonagall? Are you kidding me?
Yeah, there's 11 versions of McGonagall.
I mean, Professor McGonagall's the goat. So there's
Okay, I really want to know how there's 10 versions of Cedric Diggory when he was in one movie.
and he died almost instantly.
In one movie.
What do you want?
The power of
from me now?
Robert Pattinson is strong, my friend.
Shine a light.
No,
on
he's
him,
got
he'll go for you.
Twilight and Batman now. He doesn't need Harry Potter.
Nah,
too.
he was riding off them Harry Potter checks for a while.
Yeah.
I mean,
This is like, and again, this wasn't me digging very hard. That's the problem thing that pissed me off the most. It didn't take me this long to gather this much information
no.
to see how cooked it is.
And here's one of the other problems too that you look at when you look at the gaps in between, like the Hogwarts, like 2001 to 2003 or 4-ish, 2007, and then 2010, and then 2018 was 2011, I guess. And the big gap was from 2011 to 2018.
Yes.
And now it's just been like it's like immediate. Like one of my problems with the Hogwarts castle right now is like they do a set, they make like 3 or 4 sets that make a full castle, and then the year later it's immediately restarting new castle system. And
Exactly.
It's
It seems they really are on a 5-year cycle.
not even that. It's less. It's like 3-year cycle.
But like,
Some,
here's the
on some,
craziest
not all.
part. I feel like every year when they do like a year in review, Harry Potter is always in the top 5 best-selling themes, and that's an IP.
It wasn't last year.
it wasn't.
No, it wasn't
finally
last
dropped
year.
off.
Okay.
I don't think it was last year, and I don't think it was the year before.
It was the year before.
Was it?
It definitely was.
Okay.
It was on there for like 3 or 4 straight years, and then it dropped off. like one of the things I look at people, one of the complaints I constantly hear is, well, the Night Bus is the same thing as like certain Harry Potter sets or whatever are the same thing as the X-Wing. And I'm like, well, the difference with the X-Wing is like, yeah, sure, we've gotten a bunch of them the last 10 years since 2015. But also when you look at what we're getting like Poe's Black X-Wing. We're getting the Resistance X-Wing in gray and blue. We're getting, you know, in 2018, we did get another Red 5 that had the goofy looking helmets that nobody liked and they abandoned them pretty quick. We got that one. We did get the Rise of Skywalker X-Wing. It's like they've given us X-Wings, yes, but they've recolored them. So you're giving us a new model X-Wing. So you're getting a different X-Wing. It's like you're not ending up with 100 models of the Red 5 that Luke has. You're getting multiple versions. The Millennium Falcon lately too it's like they've been able to go through and, you know, yes, we got the one from 2017. What was it? Not 2017. 2015 was Force Awakens. But then after that, we got the Solo Falcon in all white. And we got the 2019 Rise of Skywalker one, which in my opinion, that's the best minifig scale Millennium Falcon of all time. We got the Dark Falcon recently. And it's like they've been able to do something where, yes, you're re-releasing a set, but you're able to do it differently. So it appeals to both new fans.
I wouldn't even consider it re-releases, honestly. It's hard to consider
remakes. Remakes.
I wouldn't even consider them remakes. Like, remakes to me are the same. So, like, the Night Bus has had many remakes. And honestly, the 2019, the 2025 version are so similar. And I'm sure I haven't even been paying attention to Hagrid Tut, but, like, I feel like with Harry Potter, those are remakes, whereas to JJ's point with Star Wars, you get different ones. Like, yes, they're like the generally same shape for the X-Wing and the Falcon, but they're different colors. There's different pieces. There's different minifigures. Whereas with the Night Bus, you get Harry, you get the bus driver, you get the shrunken head, and then you get It's
the same thing every time.
It's the same minifigures.
Sometimes some Death Eaters.
You might get a Sirius Black Dog.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. So
like,
I looked up some. I was going to say I looked up some metrics because I was very curious. That's the question I needed to know. So right up until the middle part of 2024, Potter was consistently in the top 5. It was always 5th. It has dropped off significantly since then. And the thing that honestly is killing it is botanicals.
Yeah,
which I thought was a fascinating.
That theme is crushing it.
It's an amazing theme.
The other thing that they've shown is obviously when you look at like Brick Economy and a couple of the other ones, they do long-term, they check growth based upon value, just reading the values of it. Potter is near the bottom.
Yeah.
Because they do the same sets over and over and over, and no one's going to want to buy the original ones.
They've said that right now, Harry Potter in the last 7 years, just off of metrics, is the lowest valued growth of all the themes.
I mean, a lot of that could also be outside factors as well. We're not going to touch on that, but outside factors could also be playing a role in people being like, "Sorry, I'm not supporting this. I'm not buying these sets."
Yeah.
So
I don't think it's helping because
no, definitely is not.
It's not.
So now the big question is, with this new show coming out,
it's going to be
we're gonna get sets based off the show. Now the question is, like, will they change the Harry Potter minifigure because they look very similar?
No, the Harry Potter, I don't know, but I know that a lot of the characters are being changed around quite a bit.
Here is my hot take on what's going to happen with Lego Harry Potter once that show drops. What's going to happen is we're going to get sets based off of the new show, probably a wave, probably 5-6 sets based on a wave, something like that. And then they're going to do a Harry Potter Legacy line or something like that, which will still allow them to make sets based on the old movies.
Yeah.
Because what's going to that's the thing. Because what's going to happen is if you dedicate an entire year to just the show, if the show bombs, which I think it's going to, what's going to happen is you have no sets to cater to anyone that wants to still buy Harry Potter stuff, but doesn't want stuff based off of the HBO Max TV show. I also like it. I mean, Expecto Patronum is being remade again this year, according to leaks. Which
And
I'm like,
so-
we got that 2 or 3 years ago. Like, what are we doing?
Like the one I really, really want to see is from the rumor mill, and this is all unconfirmed rumors.
Nocturnal would be sick.
We're gonna get another Nocturne. We're gonna get another shot at Nocturnally, which I'm actually really curious because I want to see, because I think it would just look cool as a like medieval village stuff. But I mean, really, I think they got to go dark. I think they got to go into those movies they don't want to go into. They got to feature Death Eaters. They got to go into
the
They
big
need to.
thing.
the adult movies.
Their big mistake to me when they first came back, they were doing it right. They did Sorcerer's Stone Chamber of Secrets hand in hand. They did Prisoner of Azkaban and Goblet of Fire hand in hand. They did Order of the Phoenix. I'm thinking, okay, go to Half-Blood Prince, go to Deathly Hallows. And they didn't. And that was when their first mistake happened. Because that was the opportunity to get more sets that we hadn't had before, ever.
Yeah.
And then from 2011 to 2018, I feel like that was a great enough time lapse where you could do some of the earlier sets that you've done just remade, especially with the more modern pieces, more modern minifigures, new hair pieces, and all that. But now we're at the point where even if they wait 3 to 5 years, it still feels too soon to do. Sorcerer's Stone, as Scott mentioned, is the most done theme.
Don't do any more Sorcerer's Stone, please.
Too many.
Enough.
And like
Enough.
honestly, a knock to it is the fact that they all got the small legs.
They all got the small legs, but the other thing too is that
children during it. That's why
they want to do like they want to do like $20 to $25 sets, but they're selling them for $50 because they're Harry Potter.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a huge problem with them right now. Is
Yeah.
they're
That's
just
with any Lego theme, honestly.
Not really.
It seems like this. I don't know why, but like even with some of the Star Wars stuff, when you're kind of like, okay, I can expect a $10 to $15 upcharge, and I'll probably be okay with that. With some of these Potter sets, it's like you're not even making a whole building, and you're trying to sell it like it's a primo set.
I think one of the other problems, part of the reason why Lego Harry Potter originally succeeded was because they would go 2 or 3 years, and then they would take a break for 3 or 2. And then come back. And it allowed those collectors to buy those sets. People could stew on them. And then you could remake them a few years later after having nothing else. And sure, those new collectors, they might come back and get some of those updated builds and figures, but also all new fans to come in. But now it's like I don't even think they're going 5-year cycle. This is like a 3-year cycle.
I give it 3 to 5. But I mean, with that
Star Wars was going like 8 though.
It depends on the X-Wing is you're never getting rid of an X-Wing.
But like the ATTE, 2002, 2008, 2010, I think it was 2008. And then 2013, that was a smaller gap. Well, then 2013 to 2024, like that was a huge jump.
Like but the other thing too is there is and this is both a blessing and a curse to Star Wars, is a ton of content.
Yes.
Just like with Marvel, there's a ton of content. So
that they just don't want to make anything based off of.
And it's funny too, because we're getting frustrated with Marvel and Harry Potter, but for completely different reasons.
Right.
We're getting frustrated with Marvel's repetitiveness because of the fact that they have so much that they don't do anything.
Correct.
Right.
And then you have Harry Potter, where you've basically milked every possible ounce you can get out of it, and you're not giving any time for a recharge. You're just dumping
Another
it out.
thing that pissed me off about Harry Potter, and I don't know if this is going to sound petty or not, they got a 20-year anniversary waves, right? But there were so many gaps where they weren't selling Lego, so it's hard for me to consider it a 20-year anniversary when they weren't consistently selling Lego throughout those 20 years.
No.
And then Marvel doesn't even get a 10-year anniversary when they were consistently selling sets for 10 years straight.
Well, Lego also admitted they completely forgot about the anniversaries for DC and Marvel those years.
But like with Harry Potter, they got 20 anniversary sets. They got the Golden Figs for 20 years of Lego. Like, yes, it's been 20 years later, but it wasn't 20 years of Harry Potter.
And that's another thing. Like, one of the things that with the Harry Potter has the problem with was like Star Wars, perfect example. Like Republic gunship. There's different, like we got the regular gunship, but we also got the Coruscant Guard gunship this year. The ATRT, you could remake the ATRT a bunch of times, but you could have the 501st ATRT, you could do the 327th ATRT. I had both of those. They're both pretty good. Like, you can remake sets in different color schemes because it just works that way. The Batmobile's the same thing. It's like, yes, we get a lot of Batmobiles, but like the Tumbler looks nothing like the 89. Looks nothing like the animated series, like the Batman, like Batman vs Superman. So yes, we get Batmobiles a lot, but they're all different looking Batmobiles. So it's like, yes, you're getting another Batmobile, but at least it's a different kind of build. Like the Night Bus, like, yeah, we've gotten two Night Buses since the theme came back in 2018. And Cam, you even said they look the same.
I bought the
There's
first
a variation.
one, and I saw the second one, like, there's not much difference at all.
And at least with something like Star Wars, like, sure, like they remake the X-Wing a bunch, but you could just buy a bunch of X-Wings and now you can have a fleet of them.
And
like,
honestly,
you know what I mean? Like,
even
it makes
with those,
sense that way.
With those X-Wings, there's different variants. Like, we'll get a 4+ X-Wing, and then we'll get a $70 X-Wing, and they're two vastly different X-Wings. But I want to ask one more question to get your thoughts on here. If you were in charge of the Harry Potter theme right now, what would your next step be?
Retire it for 3 years.
Shut it down. Shut it down and come back later.
Really, don't do like any other types of stuff. Don't try and do Deathly Hallows. Don't do Half-Blood Prince. Just completely shut it down.
Shut it down.
Actually,
create demand. Create the fact that, create FOMO, because you're not getting FOMO.
Here's the thing. I think if you do cancel it completely, I don't think it's coming back.
It probably
I wouldn't miss it.
I wouldn't miss it either. I mean, like we're all superhero fans, obviously. We dabble in other stuff and like with Star Wars. But primarily we're all superhero fans.
I think, and here's my honest to God opinion, Harry Potter needs to end up like Lord of the Rings. Harry Potter needs to end up like an icon specific. You retire the play sets, nobody cares anymore, and you do 18+ style sets. Like if you like that massive, like the Super Hogwarts that did a few years ago, that thing was stunning.
Yes.
Oh, it's in my basement. I love it.
It's
amazing.
If you waited like 6 more years and made another one of those, but you made it an 18+ adult collector set after retiring that, the demand for that would probably be pretty good. But the problem is, like, besides Hogwarts, like
that's the thing.
I think that the answer to the question for this episode is no, they're not out of ideas. They just don't want to touch the ideas because they're from movies that they're too afraid to go after.
Well, there's that, but also I find ourselves always comparing it to Star Wars. Star Wars is a galaxy, whereas Harry Potter is a small world.
Well, Star Wars is getting new content constantly.
But outside of that, like, even before, say they stopped at original trilogy and prequel trilogy and Clone Wars, there's still a number of different galaxies and planets and stuff. I'm comparing it like Clone Wars was still out when Harry Potter was coming out with the films wise. But Hogwarts, we only have Hogwarts. We don't have many other locations. Like we don't have an American version. We don't have Australian. We don't have Chinese areas
set in.
Yeah, I think
it's all in Hogwarts.
I think that's part of the problem too. Yeah, you're right. Because like I looked it up and there was like 3 to 5 variations of the room requirement.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like it's a room. Do we really need that much requirement?
And they do dumb things like put it into a textbook that you can open up in the classrooms in there. Or,
you know what? That was kind of cool.
Those were cool concepts.
They were interesting.
It was a unique concept.
It was something different that only Harry Potter could do because they're known for being books, and I thought that was a cool thing. But then I thought that they're going to do each book for each. Like, imagine if they did a book for each film, but they didn't go that route. They just went.
They did the house
classes,
the banners,
the houses,
the banners.
Yeah, we did the banner. You did the books, and then you did the banners, and now we're getting the crest.
I also feel like a lot of the 18+ sets have sucked. I'm not gonna lie.
I can't.
Gringotts was really good. I'll give that.
Yes,
I love the look of Gringotts. That was a great looking set.
To me, it's that Super Hogwarts.
Yeah.
Diagon Alley, Gringotts. That's
everything else.
Don't
Nothing's been
care.
desirable. And now that they're going back and remaking some of those sets that were like, oh, let's shrink down Hedwig, that big Hedwig on the textbooks, make it smaller and repurpose it. Like, if nobody bought it before, they're not going to buy it now. It's $100 less. Like, it's not.
It's not even that. I mean, it's still for sale. You could still get it at Barnes and Noble.
Right.
It's still in places.
Every time I go to Barnes and Noble and I look behind the counter, guess what's there?
There it is.
There it is. Staring me in the face.
As JJ said, to answer the question, is Harry Potter out of ideas? Yes.
No, because there's 2 movies they won't touch.
True.
And that's another thing that's this time.
Them, they're out of ideas, so they're going to keep remaking the
This is a topic for another episode, but Lego needs to just get the hell rid of their, we're not doing the super mature stuff anymore, because I'm sorry, you have to now. There are certain themes that require it, and you've dabbled in it before, but then people get mad and you go, oh, never mind. Like
the fact that they said adults welcome.
Yeah.
They have an adults welcome. Like, I've gotten stuff in the mail from Lego, adults welcome. Well, make it adults then.
I also don't even think this is the case. Just make Deathly Hallows sets. Who cares?
Let me ask you this. So let's take your idea then.
Mm-hmm.
Give me one set that we have not gotten yet.
I would do one of the stories of the Deathly Hallows.
That'd be cool.
What do you got,
really
JJ?
Cool. I was almost going to say the final duel between Harry and Voldemort, but they just did it a few years ago, so I can't do that now.
Nope.
Have they? They could do like a full-on Battle of Hogwarts, like not just Harry and Voldemort versus each other, but like when the giants showed up, when the spiders showed up, and like when students died.
It's probably why they won't touch it, because it's,
I mean, they've done the arrest on Palpatine, and they had 3 Jedi die right there.
Yeah, but that's different than
it's not kids.
It's not kids. That's the problem.
True,
it's not
true,
kids.
that's true.
I mean, they went out of their way, even in the movies, to hide some of the casualties in the Battle of Hogwarts, but they still had a couple of young kids die.
Yeah. So that's probably why. But I'm just like, I mean, they did the very end of Deathly Hallows in the giant Hogwarts Express.
Right.
Yeah. I would love to see from Half-Blood Prince Dumbledore's observatory.
That'd be sick.
Ooh.
Like the scene where it's Dumbledore's observatory with the spinning globe. You've got all the Death Eaters on one level, and underneath you got Harry hiding and looking up and watching what happened and stuff. I think that would be cool.
That'd be pretty cool.
That'd be a cool set. And then you could get into that darkness a little bit where you bring in the Death Eaters, because you have like Greyvax there. What's her name? Crazy lady, crazy eyes.
Bellatrix Lestrange.
Bellatrix, yeah.
Bellatrix, who apparently Harry Potter had quite the crush on.
Sorry?
You didn't hear about this?
No.
Daniel Radcliffe.
Okay.
Daniel had a little bit of a thing for.
Okay. I was about to say, I'm sorry, Harry had a thing for somebody that killed.
I remember watching The Crown recently, and she shows up in that as Princess Margaret, and I'm like, oh my god, it's Bellatrix Lestrange.
She's in every
Princess Margaret. What's going on here?
Yeah, I mean the best thing I've heard about the Half-Blood Prince and the Deathly Hallows was they had an interview with Daniel Radcliffe one time. They're like, what do you remember about making those movies? He goes, not much. I had just turned drinking age, and I was spending every night in a bar.
He was
He was going out and having himself a ball while they were filming.
He could.
Yeah.
He could. He was the Harry Potter.
I really think the answer is Lego needs to just retire the theme for like 5 years.
Wait for interest to return.
Exactly.
Because you're just, it's the classic stop, it's already dead.
And don't bank on the show, honestly. That'd be a mistake if they.
I think they're gonna do sets based on.
Oh, they are definitely going to do it.
And then they're gonna do sets based on the old movies, and they'll probably make a distinction of this is now like. Also would have been sick. Why didn't we get any Hogwarts Legacy sets from the video game? That'd have been awesome.
Because Lego's only recently started getting into video games.
I would have done the Orphan Child. That is still cool to me.
Oh,
that would have been cool. Yeah, but Cam, Hogwarts Legacy's been out for years.
I understand, but like, only recently have we seen Lego dabble into video game sets. Like there was Overwatch, there's Mario. We just got Zelda.
I mean,
we're now getting Pokemon.
We got sets based off the Avengers game,
and those bombed horribly.
That's because those sets were designed like poo poo. That's why.
Well, the minifigures were not the reason they bombed. The minifigures were fantastic.
They were definitely fantastic.
Well, that Captain America sucked, but everything else was pretty good.
You watch your mouth.
That
Captain America figure was awful.
That was the closest we got to Stealth Suit Cap.
That is true.
Yeah, because also, let's just say that game was atrocious, and the design of Captain America from that game was also atrocious. Yeah. There was not enough red in his costume.
I can't reach it. I'm not going to grab it. I was going to grab it for you, Scott. It's right down here.
It's all right. He's over here on the wall. He's on my
ugly-looking truck.
That wasn't a truck. That was a Republic Juggernaut in training.
clone turbo tank micro style.
Oh god.
Yeah,
No,
I mean,
I picked it up and went.
yeah, it fell apart when you touched it.
Yep.
Yeah, I think it's a good spot for us to wrap up. I mean, I
Mhm.
just don't know what else.
We're kicking a dead horse at this point.
We are, and it's kind of sad
Kicking
because
a
it was
dead
like
buckbeak.
at one point we were just kind of like, yeah,
Don't you dare kick Buckbeak.
I wouldn't. That thing, look what it did to Malfoy.
Might kill you.
Another inch and I might have lost my arm.
Yeah, right. But like, also, you know what else would have been kind of cool? Let's get some stuff based off the Harry Potter rides from Universal. Harry Potter Land is massive. People love that.
There's so much little things they could have done. Like
Mhm.
the actual one that I really really liked was I saw a guy who did a mock of it. It was the Inquisition room from the memory
Mm.
where they had
sweet.
Karkaroff. Yeah, where they had Karkaroff
Sweet.
rise in the cage and they had all the wizards sitting around him and it was just piles of papers and stuff and candles and stuff. That was a really cool mock I saw.
Mm.
But there's different things we can do.
Yes,
Stop regurgitating the same thing every 4 years.
Exactly.
correct.
You have the designers, you have the
You have the
background,
manpower. You have the
you
money.
have the manpower, you have the money, and you have the stories behind it. Go for it.
Or take the designers and put them on DC Comics because that theme needs some love.
You mean
Let's just take the entirety of Harry Potter and give its budget to DC Comics.
You know what I want to do is I want to get a counter in the side, and we can count the consecutive episodes where he wants us to he wants Lego to divert resources.
Just destroy a
to
theme
DC.
to make DC better. I mean,
You know how you can make this better? Take a couple of the designers, put them on the DC team.
put them in DC team.
Ding!
Hey man, I'll take it. I'll you can put that counter there. It's not gonna matter.
All
to
right,
me.
so final judgment. Cam, what are we doing with it? We closing it down or are we shutting it off? What are we doing?
I fear if we shut it down, it'll never come back. So I say try some new ideas.
JJ.
Delete.
Yeah, I'm done.
Delete.
Delete.
I'm just talking about.
I'm
There's
not buying any
nothing
more
else
sets.
you can do at this point.
I'm not gonna buy any more sets because I have the minifigures that I want, and I have the sets that I want. There's nothing else I could want from it.
This
But for
theme
the Harry
is
Potter
gonna,
fans, there is more there.
This theme needs to go like Indiana Jones. It had its time in the sun. It's time to move on and do something different.
Yep. You did well. You had a number of awesome years.
Mm-hmm.
Go out as a winner. Don't let yourself.
Don't go out as a loser.
It's too late for that.
Brutal. Well, this was a fun one.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Can you sit up straight, Cam? What's that T-shirt there?
Oh yeah, what's that shirt? Ah, yes.
Oh my God.
Man, look at you go.
Find yourself something to hate as much as Cam hates dreams. I'll tell you.
I can't wait for somebody in the comments to be like, "Where can I get one of those?" Be hilarious. Well,
CamHatesDreams.com/store.
/store. Hey, I made that shirt. And gave it to him for Christmas.
And I just got it.
You just got it recently because it took me forever to get it in hand. But yeah, so thank you everybody for watching. If you've not already, subscribe to the YouTube channel and consider becoming a channel member while also hitting the notification bell so you get notified when all new episodes go live. Flagship show is always Fridays at 2 p.m. while the time capsule episodes are always going to end up being the third Tuesday of the month, unless you become a channel member, in which case you get access to them a week early. That's going to be a really fun excerpt. I have to keep doing that now. Yeah, great. You can find me on Instagram at Langsterbuilds.
You can find me at Cameron Studios _
You can find me at Rogue. I'm being worked to death Lannister, but actually it's just at Rogue Lannister.
Yeah, right. And we will see everybody in the next episode. Have a good night. Happy building.